following Earth's history and the people of God, through the book of Job. The story of Job depicts what will be the experience of end-time saints. In his experience we are given a prophetic picture of the faithful, in the end times. Although his book is not a prophetic book like Daniel and Revelation, yet still it contains prophetic references that can be connected to events that took place before and after the time of Job. These prophetic references trace God's people and Earth's history from the rebellion of Lucifer to the end times. The historical and prophetic references combined give a summary of the story of redemption. The book of Job begins with words of commendation about the righteousness of Job. Many decades later, the prophet Nehemiah, in a similar way would speak commendably about another righteous man, Abraham. Abraham, the faithful patriarch, in many ways, was a type of Job. He was the only man on earth whom God found to be faithful, to receive a special blessing. Of Job of old, like Abraham, God took notice of his uniqueness among men, and the scriptures states, "There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God, and eschewed evil." The prophet Nehemiah with similar commendable words spoke of Abraham's uniqueness in this way, "Thou art the Lord the God, who didst choose Abram, and broughtest him forth out of Ur of the Chaldees, and gavest him the name of Abraham, and foundest his heart faithful before thee, and madest a covenant with him to give the land of the Canaanites." Throughout the history of this earth, God has always had a people who were faithful to him, an unbroken line of faithful men who feared God and shun evil. After the flood, man began to multiply in the earth, but once again man began to turn away from God. But as with Job, God found one man who was righteous. Abraham was God's man called to inherit the land of the Canaanites, the cursed idol-worshipping descendants of Ham. Abraham, the faithful amongst the faithless, was a type of Job in his time. There are many similarities between Job and Abraham. They were both devoted to the worship of the true God. God held direct communication with both men. They were very wealthy men with great households. They were highly respected men. They both had large flocks of animals. They were both tested by God, Job with his losses and Abraham with the sacrifice of his son. During the time of their testing, their wives lost faith in God. God took notice of Job and Abraham because of their righteousness. Although Abraham and Job both lived in pagan lands, their worship was given only to the true God. Therefore, at the appointed time, many years after the flood, when God looked for a righteous man of whom he could make a great nation, he found only one man, Abraham. The scriptures tells us, "After these things the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield, and thy exceeding great reward. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years, and also the nation, whom they shall serve, will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance." God promised Abraham he would make a great nation of his descendants. It is to this righteous man that the curse of Canaan, Noah's grandson, would be for a blessing. God will give to his descendants the land of the Canaanites. But he also told Abraham that they would first go through many years of great difficulty. It was the children of Israel, Abraham's descendants, who would experience many years of suffering as slaves in Egypt. Satan was working through the Egyptians, desiring to destroy God's people. But no man or devil could take away the promise God made to Abraham. God delivered them from Egypt with a strong hand. From the story of Job and Abraham, we learn that our greatest concern is not with the many challenges that come our way, it is with our duty to He who has promised. 1 Corinthians 10:13 tells us, "There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it."